Hello guys, how are you doing? Welcome back. This is Andy Explores the World, and today's video will challenge everything you thought you knew about Jamaica. We're talking about natural phenomena that seem impossible, historical twists lost to time, and cultural treasures hidden far from tourist routes. These are not your usual Jamaican facts. These are the ones that make you pause and think. If you're ready for the unexpected, tap like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more surprising explorations. Jamaica's flag has no red, blue, or white. Jamaica is the only independent nation on Earth whose flag completely avoids the three most common flag colors, red, blue, and white. Instead, it uses gold, black, and green to express a unique national identity rooted in resilience and natural beauty. The black represents hardships overcome, the green stands for hope and fertile land, and the gold symbolizes the warmth and wealth of sunlight. This bold choice was intentional at independence in 1962, when the country wanted a flag unlike any colonial or regional design. While many nations share colors due to historical ties, Jamaica deliberately broke the pattern, which is why its flag has become one of the most recognizable in the world. This rare color scheme also made the country instantly stand out at global events, from the Olympics to cultural festivals. Jamaica's firewater springs that can be ignited. Jamaica is home to a rare natural phenomenon where certain mineral springs produce bubbles of flammable gas rising from underground fissures. When locals touch a flame to the water's surface, the gas ignites and creates dancing fire patterns floating on top of the spring. The most famous example is in St. Anne Parish, where this fiery effect has been demonstrated for decades and remains a major curiosity for visitors. Scientists explain it with naturally occurring methane trapped beneath layers of limestone, slowly escaping through the water. The result looks supernatural, yet it is entirely geological. These firewater springs symbolize the island's volcanic past and remind observers that Jamaica's landscape still hides pockets of thermal and chemical energy. Despite looking dangerous, the flames burn gently on the surface, leaving the water below cool enough to touch. Jamaica has over 100 rivers, many unnamed. Jamaica's landscape is carved by more than 100 rivers, a remarkable number for an island of its size. Many of these waterways are so remote or short that they never received official names, flowing quietly through forests, limestone valleys, and rural farmlands. The island's mountainous spine, especially the Blue Mountain Range, acts like a natural rain magnet, feeding countless streams that eventually empty into the Caribbean Sea. Some rivers, like the Rio Grande or Black River, are famous for rafting and wildlife, while others exist almost unseen except by local farmers and hikers. These hidden waterways help maintain Jamaica's lush vegetation and rich biodiversity. They also make the island unusually water abundant compared to other Caribbean nations, where seasonal drought can be more severe. Jamaica's river network is a key reason its interior remains so green and fertile year-round. The Green Grotto Caves were once pirate hideouts. The Green Grotto Caves on Jamaica's northern coast form a vast limestone maze that stretches for miles beneath the island. Their twisting passages, underground lakes, and narrow escape tunnels made them an ideal refuge for pirates during the 17th century. These seafarers used the caves to store stolen goods, hide from naval patrols, and launch surprise attacks along the coastline. The caves' strategic value was enhanced by their proximity to shipping routes near Discovery Bay. Over time, the same caverns were also used by runaway enslaved people seeking shelter, and later by smugglers who valued the hidden entrances. Today, visitors explore illuminated chambers where pirate footprints once echoed. The caves retain an eerie, ancient atmosphere that blends natural beauty with a sense of historical danger, making them one of Jamaica's most intriguing cultural and geological landmarks. Jamaica once had one of the world's busiest banana industries. Jamaica's banana industry was so dominant in the early 20th century that the island became one of the world's major banana exporters, shipping massive quantities to Europe and North America. The fertile volcanic soil and steady tropical climate allowed bananas to grow year-round, making production exceptionally efficient. Entire coastal towns developed around banana ports where ships regularly loaded crates destined for overseas markets. This industry shaped Jamaica's economy, providing jobs for thousands and funding major infrastructure improvements. However, hurricanes, plant diseases, and global competition eventually reduced Jamaica's share of the market. Even so, bananas remain an iconic part of the island's agricultural identity. Many older Jamaicans still recall the era of banana boats, which once symbolized opportunity and international trade. The legacy of this boom can still be seen in abandoned rail lines and former plantation lands across the countryside. Jamaica grows over 200 types of orchid. Jamaica is a paradise for orchid lovers, hosting more than 200 distinct orchid species thanks to its humid climate, mountainous terrain, and rich limestone soil. Roughly one-third of these orchids are endemic, meaning they grow nowhere else on Earth. They thrive in misty forests, on tree trunks, in rocky crevices, and even in remote, high-altitude ridges of the Blue Mountains. Some varieties bloom only for a few days each year, making them incredibly difficult to spot, except for trained botanists. The island's native orchids range from tiny, delicate blossoms to large, fragrant species that fill the air with sweet perfume after rainfall. Historically, orchids played a role in Jamaican herbal practices and were admired by colonial botanists who documented them extensively. Even today, these flowers remain a symbol of Jamaica's natural abundance and an attraction for eco-tourists and nature photographers. Jamaican jerk cooking originated from maroon survival techniques. Jerk cooking is one of Jamaica's most famous culinary traditions, but its origins reach back to the Maroons, communities of escaped, enslaved Africans who lived deep in the mountains. To avoid detection by colonial forces, they developed a slow cooking method that produced little smoke and preserved meat for long periods. They seasoned wild boar with spicy blends of pimento, Scotch bonnet pepper, and local herbs, then cooked it over covered pits lined with green wood. This technique infused the meat with a smoky, spicy flavor while making it safe to store during long journeys. Over time, the method evolved into the modern jerk style known worldwide. Today's roadside jerk stands still echo those early survival practices, using similar spices and wood types. The dish is more than food. It is a preserved piece of Jamaica's resistance history and cultural pride. Jamaica has bioluminescent lagoons where the water glows at night. Jamaica is home to rare bioluminescent lagoons where microscopic organisms called dinoflagellates emit a blue-green glow whenever the water is disturbed. The most famous site is the Luminous Lagoon near Falmouth, where boats cutting through the water create bright trails of light and swimmers leave glowing outlines around their bodies. This natural spectacle occurs only in a handful of places worldwide, and Jamaica's version is considered one of the brightest, due to the perfect balance of warm water, shallow depth, and nutrient-rich conditions. The glow is strongest on calm, moonless nights, giving the entire bay an otherworldly appearance. Locals have marveled at the phenomenon for generations, weaving stories around the living light of the lagoon. Today, it is a major eco-attraction, drawing visitors who want to witness a natural light show created entirely by tiny, glowing marine life. The blue maho tree changes color as it ages. Jamaica's national tree, the blue maho, is admired not only for its height and strength, but for its extraordinary wood, which naturally changes color over time. When freshly cut, the wood displays shades of blue, green, and violet, tones caused by mineral absorption in the soil. As the tree ages or the wood matures, these colors slowly shift into deep purples, warm browns, and smoky grays, creating complex patterns highly valued by artisans. Because of this natural color evolution, blue maho is used for fine furniture, decorative bowls, and luxury inlay work. The tree grows rapidly in Jamaica's moist mountain regions, making it both sustainable and economically significant. Its striking appearance has made it a symbol of national pride, representing resilience, beauty, and the island's connection to nature. Few trees anywhere in the world display such dramatic, naturally occurring color transformations. Some Jamaican beaches have black volcanic sand. While Jamaica is famous for its white and golden beaches, the island also has several shores covered in striking black volcanic sand. These darker beaches are formed from finely crushed basalt and other volcanic minerals washed down from ancient geological formations. The sand absorbs heat quickly, giving it a warm, almost velvety feel underfoot. Unlike the typical resort areas, black sand beaches often remain peaceful and less developed, creating a dramatic contrast between the deep-colored shoreline and the bright turquoise Caribbean Sea. Their unique appearance attracts photographers, nature lovers, and travelers seeking something beyond the usual tropical postcard look. These beaches are a reminder of Jamaica's volcanic origins and the powerful geological forces that shaped the island millions of years ago. Although not as widely promoted as the white sand stretches, they remain one of the country's most visually captivating natural secrets. The Jamaican giant swallowtail is one of the world's largest butterflies. The Jamaican giant swallowtail is an impressive butterfly found nowhere else on Earth, and it ranks among the largest butterfly species in the world. With a wingspan that can exceed 6 inches, it glides slowly through Jamaica's forests like a floating piece of art. Its bold black and yellow patterns make it easy to spot against the lush greenery of the island's interior. This butterfly depends heavily on specific host plants, found mainly in remote limestone regions, which makes its habitat quite fragile. Conservationists monitor the species closely, as habitat loss threatens its long-term survival. The butterfly's size, elegance, and rarity have made it a national symbol of Jamaica's unique biodiversity. Seeing one in the wild feels like witnessing a living relic from another era, highlighting how the island's isolated ecosystems continue to shelter extraordinary wildlife. Dunn's River Falls regenerates its rock terraces naturally every year. Dunn's River Falls is one of Jamaica's most iconic attractions, famous for its cascading limestone steps that visitors can climb. What many people don't realize is that these terraces are constantly renewing themselves. The river carries dissolved calcium carbonate from the surrounding limestone, and as the water flows, it deposits thin mineral layers that slowly build new rock formations. This natural process means the falls are always evolving. Old surfaces erode, while fresh terraces form beneath them. Unlike man-made structures, the falls require no reconstruction, as nature continuously repairs and reshapes the steps. This self-renewing ability makes Dunn's River one of the very few travertine waterfalls in the world that empty directly into the sea. Its changing landscape ensures each visit is slightly different, giving the waterfall a timeless, yet ever-fresh character that fascinates both geologists and travelers. Ian Fleming wrote all James Bond novels from his Jamaican home, GoldenEye. Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond, crafted every Bond novel while living at his secluded Jamaican estate known as GoldenEye. He built the home in the 1940s as a retreat from his demanding career, choosing a quiet cliffside location overlooking the Caribbean Sea. Each winter, he spent 2 months there, writing a new Bond story, drawing inspiration from the island's landscapes, secret coves, and colorful characters. Many iconic scenes in the novels echo real Jamaican locations Fleming visited regularly. Even Bond's cool, unbothered attitude mirrors the relaxed rhythm of island life he experienced daily. GoldenEye later became a symbol of literary history and eventually transformed into an upscale resort. The connection between Jamaica and the James Bond universe remains strong, and the island proudly embraces its role as the birthplace of one of the world's most famous fictional spies. Kingston Harbour is one of the world's largest natural harbours. Kingston Harbour stretches wide along Jamaica's southeastern coast, forming a deep, protected inlet that ranks among the largest natural harbours on the planet. Its calm waters and sheltered shape made it a strategic maritime hub for centuries, attracting traders, naval forces, and later, modern shipping companies. The harbour's depth allows it to accommodate massive cargo vessels, while its geography shields ships from heavy ocean swells. Historically, it supported industries from sugar export to rum shipment, helping Kingston grow into the island's commercial heart. Nearby landmarks, such as the sunken city of Port Royal and the Palisadatus Peninsula, highlight the harbour's long and dramatic history. Today, it remains a vital economic engine, handling both domestic transport and international trade. Its size, shape, and historic significance make Kingston Harbour one of Jamaica's most impressive geographic features. Jamaica was the first Caribbean country to build a railway. Jamaica introduced its first railway in the early 19th century, becoming the very first Caribbean nation, and one of the earliest in the British Empire outside Britain itself, to operate a functioning rail system. The original line opened in 1845, connecting Kingston with Spanish Town, and it played a crucial role in transporting sugar, bananas, and passengers across the island. The railway dramatically reduced travel time through Jamaica's rugged interior, helping plantations move goods more efficiently to the ports. Over the decades, additional lines branched outward, linking rural communities to the capital and stimulating local trade. Although most routes eventually closed due to rising road transport, the legacy of Jamaica's pioneering railway era remains a proud part of the island's industrial history. The surviving stations, bridges, and tracks still stand as reminders of a time when Jamaica was at the forefront of regional transportation innovation. Bamboo rafting began as a method for shipping bananas. Bamboo rafting, now a peaceful tourist attraction, originally served a very practical purpose in Jamaica's agricultural past. Farmers in the early 20th century needed a way to move large quantities of bananas from inland plantations downriver to coastal ports. They built long, sturdy rafts from thick bamboo poles, tied them tightly together, and loaded the bananas on top. The river currents carried the rafts downstream, while skilled raft captains guided them using long poles. This method was cheap, efficient, and perfectly suited to Jamaica's many rivers. Over time, as the banana trade changed and trucks replaced river transport, locals began offering raft rides to visitors. The activity transformed into a cultural experience, showcasing lush scenery, gentle water, and a relaxing pace. Today, bamboo rafting remains a uniquely Jamaican tradition rooted in hard work, creativity, and rural history. Milk River Bath contains naturally radioactive healing waters. Milk River Bath, located in southern Jamaica, is famous for its warm, mineral waters that contain naturally occurring radioactivity at levels considered safe but exceptionally therapeutic. The water flows from deep underground through limestone layers rich in calcium, magnesium, and other minerals believed to soothe joint pain, improve circulation, and ease skin conditions. Locals and international visitors have traveled to this bath for more than a century, drawn by its reputation for healing and relaxation. The slightly radioactive properties come from trace amounts of radium, which enhance the water's therapeutic effects without posing health risks when exposure is limited. The bath's name comes from its milky appearance, created by fine mineral particles suspended in the water. Surrounded by calm countryside, Milk River Bath remains one of Jamaica's most unusual and cherished natural wellness destinations. Jamaica hosts a yam festival, featuring over 40 varieties. Jamaica's annual Yam Festival showcases more than 40 distinct types of yam, reflecting the island's deep cultural and agricultural connection to this staple crop. Held primarily in Trelawney Parish, the event features cooking competitions, farming displays, and creative dishes that highlight the versatility of yam-based meals. Many of the showcased varieties differ in texture, color, and flavor, ranging from dry and starchy to smooth and mildly sweet. The festival also celebrates the local farmers, who have preserved traditional cultivation methods for generations. Beyond food, the event includes music, dancing, and community gatherings, making it both a cultural celebration and a showcase of rural heritage. For visitors, it offers a vivid window into Jamaica's culinary traditions and the importance of root crops in the island's history. The Yam Festival remains one of the most colorful and authentic agricultural events in the Caribbean. Kumina is a vibrant Jamaican folk dance with deep African roots. Kumina is one of Jamaica's most energetic and spiritually charged folk traditions, blending drumming, dance, and ancestral rituals brought by Central African communities during the 19th century. The dance is driven by powerful, syncopated rhythms played on handmade drums, while performers move in circular patterns that mimic communication with ancestral spirits. Unlike modern stage dances, Kumina takes place in community yards during celebrations, rites of passage, or healing ceremonies. The singing uses a mixture of Jamaican patois and Congo-derived words, preserving linguistic fragments from Africa. Each movement has symbolic meaning, often reflecting prayer, gratitude, or protection. Its raw intensity and cultural depth make Kumina one of the most authentic surviving links to Jamaica's African heritage. Today, cultural groups continue performing it to keep the tradition alive, ensuring younger generations understand its historical and spiritual importance. Jamaica's mango season offers more than 20 unique varieties. Jamaica's mango season is a beloved annual highlight, bringing an explosion of flavors from over 20 distinct mango varieties grown across the island. Each type has its own personality. Some are rich and buttery, others tangy and fibrous, and a few are so sweet they're compared to honey. Popular favorites like East Indian, Julie, and Blackie ripen at different times, creating a continuous wave of fresh fruit from late spring into early summer. In rural communities, mango trees line roadsides and locals gather fallen fruit by the basketful. The diversity comes from centuries of cultivation, where farmers saved seeds from naturally occurring hybrids and allowed new varieties to flourish. Mango season transforms markets, street corners, and even schoolyards into colorful displays of tropical abundance. For many Jamaicans, these months symbolize generosity, sharing, and the simple joy of nature's bounty. Jamaica's historic lighthouses have guided ships for over a century. Jamaica's coastline is dotted with historic lighthouses, many of which have been operating for more than 100 years and remain active today. Built during the colonial era, these tall structures were engineered to withstand fierce storms, salty winds, and powerful waves. Each lighthouse was strategically placed to guide ships safely past reefs, narrow channels, and hidden sandbars that once caused frequent shipwrecks. The Morant Point Lighthouse, dating back to the mid-19th century, is the oldest and stands on the island's eastern tip, where rough seas meet strong winds. Other well-known examples, such as Negril and Portland Point, continue to emit steady beams that help modern vessels navigate the coast. Beyond their maritime role, these lighthouses are cultural landmarks symbolizing protection, endurance, and Jamaica's long history of international seafaring. Today, they attract photographers, hikers, and history lovers seeking panoramic ocean views. Thank you for watching Andy Explores the World. Jamaica is far more complex than the postcards suggest, and I hope these rare facts helped you see the island with new eyes. If you enjoyed this journey, please like the video, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps this channel reach more people who appreciate deep cultural knowledge. See you in the next exploration.